When you want to live stream a special event or something that is visually meaningful from your smartphone, you want to use a streaming service that gives you the best quality. YouTube is a good alternative because it offers a resolution that is generally higher than other social media that allow you to post videos. And it's easy because you just open your YouTube app without needing to install anything else. Click on the plus sign, select live, and enter the information that will allow your followers and others to know what you are streaming about. This is very easy. The problem with YouTube that if you use the app, you are limited to 1080p, which is full HD, which is not bad, but sometimes you want a little bit more. So if you want more, you need to use a streaming software. In this case, we are presenting LARIX. LARIX is a streaming software that connects to YouTube or any other video streaming service that allows external streaming software and allow you to decide which format you want to stream the video with, and it works on your phone. In particular, you need to connect this software with your video service, in this case YouTube. I have already something set up here, but I'll show you how to set up a brand new connection. To do that, you need to get from YouTube the streaming key and the streaming URL. The streaming key is something that will tell YouTube and LARIX on which channel you are actually streaming this part of video. Unfortunately, you cannot do from the app because it does have all the information. You need to go to the browser, type studio.youtube.com, log in of course, and then stay on the studio. Don't get the app because the app does have this particular stuff. When you are logged into your channel, you will see this channel dashboard. On the channel dashboard on the top right, you have the create feature. In particular, there is the streaming, live streaming option, the waves. You go there and you have just created a new streaming video. So in the streaming video, you can see that you can make sure that you are on the RTMP type of streaming, and you can see all those dots. This is masking a streaming key that you need to keep private, and also the streaming URL. As I said, the streaming URL identify YouTube servers and is the same for all channels, and then the streaming key is specific for your channel and probably for your key. You copy it. Have you seen? You copied the key, and then you need to put it in the connection section of your LARIX software. Go to connection, click on the plus sign, select connection, and here type an arbitrary name, a name that you like, and then in the URL you will type the URL server address that will link to YouTube if you use YouTube. So this is the same for all YouTube channels, so you just can copy whatever I'm typing here because it will be the same. Now you need to add a slash and your actual key. Long press at the end of this string and click on paste. This will put the string that you remember we hit copy in the YouTube Studio dashboard. This is what it typed in. So you have selected now the channel streaming. Okay, now we can go to camera and select the actual video format that we want. We want the higher possible resolution. This is the 380 blah blah blah. This corresponds to 4K. You can also increase the FPS, the frame per seconds, like fluidity, which the video is broadcast. But now, last but not least, it's the video encoding. If you want to use better color, you can use HDR. HDR is high dynamic range, which means better color and better lighting. So HDR works only with high efficiency video codec, so HEVC. If you try to use another more compatible but older format, or you don't use the 10-bit profile, then you cannot stream HDR. So as soon as you click HDR, everything will be set to high efficiency. Okay. The bitrate is another important information. the bitrate that the app suggests is too low. I tested also 8800. It gave a video that was grainy with this very high resolution. So I suggest you to try 12,000 bitrate in bit per second, thousands of bits per second, or 14,400. I just made up some number. You can experiment because this will be also conditioned by your signal strength. When you click rec and the button is red, after a few seconds you will automatically go live on YouTube. You can see the actually bit rate here in millions of bit per seconds on the bottom of the screen. You will be live right now. In fact, I can show you on my other phone that, I tap my handle here just to make sure that I get to my channel. Yeah. Click. And as you see, let's click on my channel. As you see, I'm live. So if I click on the thumbnail, I can see that actually I'm showing whatever I was looking here with you earlier. Okay, so when I do that, now I'm live. A few words more on the quality. Bitrate, you need to check the bitrate, a bitrate that is acceptable for the cellular service that you will have available, because if you go too high, it will be reduced anyway. When your viewer watch your video live, they will not be brought to the higher possible quality. They will be brought to some quality that is acceptable for the device that they're using and for the coverage and the signal strength that they have. They need to intentionally click a higher quality to have the best quality as possible. Normally, high quality TV will normally, if they're watching from the TV, they will get the resolution that matches their TV resolution. But here you can see that I can manually force YouTube to the highest quality. Maybe your screen doesn't even support 4K, support like maybe 3K, 2.5Ks, but you can zoom in because you have that extra resolution that allow you to zoom in and have the best quality. One last word on super high resolution and HDR are very processor intensive operation, so your device may heat up. If it's very hot outside where you're recording, or you are charging the phone while you're recording, you may cause a very sudden increase of the phone temperature, and the app or the device will decide to shut down the recording altogether. So you want to use usually super high resolution only for brief recording, because your cellular network or your phone could not sustain such a high quality. As I said, a quality that is intended for 4K could be in a Blu-ray disc that encodes this streaming is 60 megabps, which is a very high bit rate that sometimes the cellular network don't sustain for a long time. Usually uploading speed is much lower than the service that is declared by your provider for downloading.